Hello and happy Monday, Limerick Elementary School. It's so nice to see all of you. Ms. Bignotti here saying happy Read Across America Week. Today we will be highlighting biographies and autobiographies. Tomorrow, Dr. Seuss Day. Don't forget to read your favorite Dr. Seuss book. Wednesday, all about the sillies. When my daughters were younger, one of our favorite silly books to read together was Snuggle Puppy by Sandra Boynton. Thursday will be all about reading your favorite book. Mine, again, when my daughters were little, was I Love You to the Moon and Back. Friday, we're going to wrap up the week talking about superpowers and superheroes. And I always love to read What's My Superpower? If you haven't read that book, you might want to check it out. So let's get started with one of my favorite biographies. The book is called Human Computer. Mary Jackson, engineer. Look how inquisitive she is, thinking. And based on the pictures, I'm inferring she must like math. I see some math problems there as well. Even as a young girl, Mary Jackson loved math and science. She loved learning how things work, and she loved helping people. Sounds like your teachers, right? Mary wanted to be an engineer and just saw problems with math and science. Looks like she loves books. Look how tightly Mary is holding on to the book in her hand. But Mary grew up in a time when Black people and white people were kept apart by something called segregation. Black children weren't always taught the same subjects as white children. There were very few Black engineers and even fewer female engineers. Mary still loved learning math and science. She wanted to know how everything worked. Look at her smiling, you can tell she's happy to be learning at school. Mary beat the odds and went to college. She became a math teacher and shared her love of numbers with her Black students. She's still smiling in the classroom, I love it. Mary shared her learning with other little girls too. She was a Girl Scout leader. Wow, how awesome that Mary is giving back and doing things for other people as well. She loved to build wind tunnels and test model airplanes with her scouts. A few years later, after Mary had a baby, she went to work as a clerk, also maybe known as a secretary. She answered the phone and wrote messages. She was good at her job, but she missed learning how different things worked. So Mary got a job at Langley Memorial Aeronautical Laboratory as a human computer. That's right, you heard me read that correctly, a human computer. How cool is that? Engineers at Langley were working to improve airplanes. They needed human computers who were very good at math to help them. Mary was happy to work with numbers again. Mary loved her job, but there was a big problem. Langley was segregated, which means they kept people apart. Mary grew more and more angry. She was tired of being treated differently. There were many people who thought segregation was wrong. An engineer named Kazimierz Czarnecki asked Mary to come work with him. Kaz thought everyone should all work together. Way to go, Kaz, I like your thinking. And Mary agreed. She went to work as a computer for engineers who were studying things that traveled at supersonic speed or faster than the speed of sound. Mary wanted to be an engineer more than ever. All she needed to do was take classes at a local school. Sounds simple, right? But there was one problem. The school was segregated. Black people weren't allowed to go to school there. Mary had to ask the city to give her special permission to take classes at the white school. Finally, the city said yes. Mary studied hard and became NASA's first African American female engineer. Way to go, Mary. Like that she set goals and she followed her dreams. Mary worked as an engineer for many years. She helped design the spacecraft that first carried men to the moon. Mary had achieved her dream. Now she wanted to help other people achieve their dreams. After all, no one had expected Mary to become the first African American female engineer at NASA. And she knew she wouldn't be the last. So there's Mary, and she's giving back to the younger generation. And so I want to leave you with a message of, boys and girls, dream big. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something or you shouldn't do anything. Follow your heart and follow your dreams. Make it the best day, Limerick, and I can't wait to see you in the hallways.